Hello, everyone. Dr. Anthony Mattis here. Tip number 4 for having communion with your body. So from my point of view, if you don't have communion with the earth, it's going to be hard for you to have communion with your body. So, from my point of view, really being present with what's going on in the earth, what's going on in the environment around you, and with your body is huge. And one of the ways, as I mentioned in the last video, that you can actually have communion with the earth is the meditation walk. And that's where you actually walk 100, you take 1 hour to walk 100 feet. And what that does is it creates this space where you get really present with the earth and your body. And it's one of the most amazing experiences if you could actually allow yourself to have the space and the time to do that. Now, at first, you're going to have a lot of noise going on in your head. You're going to be thinking about all the things that need to get done that day, or all the things that need to get done that month, right? You got to think about all the different problems that you have. But then after a while, all that starts to dissipate and release, and you start to hear the sounds in nature that typically you don't hear because you're too busy with your everyday life. So try the meditation walk. Allow yourself to at least do it once in your life and see what all the magnificent things that begin to show up that wouldn't typically show up in your busy everyday life. And pay attention to the different sounds. Pay attention to the awarenesses that you have. Not the thoughts, feelings, and emotions, but the whispers of consciousness that start to show up in your time with the earth. So, and as I said in one of the earlier videos, when you have intensities going on in your bodies, people like to call it pain, and you ask, who does this belong to? And you ask, okay, is it mine, someone else's, or something else? And what we've learned in Access Consciousness is that if you get that it's something else, about 99% of the time, it's the earth requiring an energetic contribution from you. So you take that intensity, and just to review, you just take that intensity, and on 3, you give it back to the earth. On 1, 2, 3. And you do that a bunch of times until that intensity begins to dissipate. Now, you could do that with intensities in your body. You could also do that with thoughts, feelings, and emotions that are showing up that seem to kind of be bogging you down. But you only do that if, after you've asked the question of who does this belong to, and you get that it's something else, and you ask, is this the earth requiring a contribution from me? And you get a yes because it's light and expansive, that's when you do that particular tool. And what starts to happen is you start to become more vibrationally compatible with the earth. And that's what these body classes are designed to do, amongst a million other things, is to help you to become more vibrationally compatible with the earth. You'll start to be able to hear the earth's pangs. You start to hear what's required for nature and in nature. You'll start to hear what the animals are actually speaking to you. You'll be able to warn the animals to swim the other way or run the other way because you'll be so aware. And that's what's beautiful about these body processes and receiving the bars, is because they help you to become more aware of what's required for the earth, amongst a million and one other things. So for me, having communion with your body also means having communion with the earth. And all these tools that are available for you in Access Consciousness are designed so that you can actually have more communion with the earth. And over time, you'll start to hear, you'll start to perceive almost like the pulses in nature. And it's one of the most incredible experiences for me personally, is when you can feel the vibration of nature. You can feel the pulse of nature. And it's all different. The frequencies are all different and they range. And it's like There is no right or wrong or good or bad. It just is. And it's such a beautiful space and such a beautiful contribution where you're actually fully aware and fully present with what's going on in the world around you, both the physical and non-physical. So, receive the bars, receive these body processes, learn how to have more communion with the earth with using these amazing tools in Access Consciousness. Okay, bye for now. Hope to see you someday in person.